Can sex between spouses be sinful? Oh, that's a good question. Someone literally asked me that question at one of our question and answer services at our church. Very often we talk about premarital or outside of marriage sex being sinful. We warn in Christianity about adultery and about one-night stands and pornography. These are all good warnings. It says in Hebrews 13, marriage should be honored by all and the marriage bed kept pure. But that led to this question, well, what about inside the marriage bed? Can something that happens there between husband and wife be impure, displeasing, or sinful in the sight of God? That's a great question. And the answer is for sure. Yeah, every act of sex between a husband and a wife doesn't get God's stamp of approval because God doesn't just care about the sacred vow. I would say that's where good sex starts, but it is nowhere close to where it ends. I don't want to be too personal. I've been married for 23 years. Kim and I were virgins when we got married. But wow, we've had to learn a lot about Christian love when it comes to making love. We've had to learn how to put into practice basic Christian values like patience and kindness and selflessness, of respecting each other's yeses and nos and not being pouty or moody. I think most couples who have like differing desires have to deal with such things. So can you sin? Yes. Here's why. It's so important, even within the covenant of marriage, that there be consent. That might seem obvious, and for most couples, it is a given, but in a lot of situations, it's not. Some people feel forced or pressured into sex. Sexual assault can happen even when there are wedding rings on both of our fingers. God is grieved by such things. We shouldn't take advantage of our neighbor, even if we're married to them. And so being patient and kind, respecting boundaries and yeses and nos, this is massively important so that sex is holy and sanctified instead of displeasing to God and sinful. Next, we'd have to admit that a husband and a wife could look at pornography together. They could practice an open relationship. Just because they're married doesn't mean that there are no boundaries anymore. God cares about lust. He cares about our commitment to each other. The book of Job says that we should make a covenant with our eyes not to look lustfully at another person. Jesus spoke about lust in the same way. So I want to make sure it's just you two, not you three or four or 10,000 images or videos. So consent and then purity. And then the third bit of advice I'll give you is just the basic Christian ethic of love from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. It says love is patient, love is kind, it's not proud, it doesn't dishonor others. It's not self-seeking, not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. This is so important when it comes to making love as well. I want to make sure that my wife sees my gentleness, my kindness, my sacrificial love, that I'm persevering, that I'm protecting, that this is a safe place where she can enjoy herself and not feel pressured or tension. No, this is the goal. This is when making love gets really, really good. So, does God want us to be patient and wait until we're married? He does. But that's not where the godliness ends. Instead, we put our Christian love into practice by remembering all these principles: consent, purity, and a 1 Corinthians 13 act of love. So, if you're married, remember that and enjoy yourself. God bless.
Hey, thanks for listening to Taboo Questions with me, Pastor Mike Novotny. You can find even more questions on timeofgrace.org/taboo questions and in my book entitled Taboo: Topics Christians Should Be Talking About But Don't. Just look for the link in the episode notes.